The road to the ECCBL championship starts here tonight at Memorial Park for this play-in game between the visiting Southside Railers and the Quakertown Blazers, who play host tonight to Southside, but who will actually operate as the away team. Southside will bat in the bottom of the half innings, Quakertown in the top half of innings. So here we are. The Blazers have clinched a playoff spot coming into today. They did so last weekend against the Pocono Timber Rattlers, and as a result, they get a play-in game here tonight against Southside, the team that has really given them trouble all season long. They have won the last 4 games against Quakertown after the Blazers took the first game of the season series 11-0 back on June 4th. And a chance here tonight for Dylan Broderick to turn the clock back to June 4th, the starter in today's game for the Blazers, when he pitched a scoreless outing against Southside and willed them to their first victory of the season. It's come full circle, and it all comes to a head here tonight. I'm Rocco Pellegrino, joined alongside Julia Henry on the call for tonight's ECCBL play-in game. Should be a fun one. Let's get you the starting lineups first tonight for the visiting Quakertown Blazers, despite playing here at home at Memorial Park. Leading things off will be the shortstop Frank Tavares, who joins the team from East Stroudsburg. He actually has not played up until this point prior to last weekend. He only has 4 at-bats this season, but he will lead things off to start the playoffs for the Blazers. Following him will be the third baseman Drew Simpson. The second baseman Casey Vaughn will bat third. The center fielder Mason Woolwine bats in the cleanup spot. Dylan Broderick on the hill, he will bat 5th as well. The first baseman Mike Pasco will hit 6th. The catcher Jackson Schollenberger will bat 7th. The left fielder Matt Curtis will bat 8th, and the right fielder Grayson Kovac hits 9th. For Southside, on the hill, it's going to be Ashton Johnson getting the start, and he has seen Quakertown a fair share of times so far this season. He's pitched a total of 13 2/3 innings. He's on the hill, the senior from DeSales, getting his second start here at Memorial Park and his third start overall against the Blazers. So, Julia, start with you. Play-in game. Haven't had much success against Southside. Keys to tonight's game. Let's hear them.
Big key tonight is scoring early, taking that lead. Just especially, you're now the visiting team, so you don't have that grace to have the last at bats. So really, getting on Southside early, and Southside has Dennis Pierce, who leads the league in home runs. You can't give up any of those deep balls tonight, especially deep balls with men on base that'll, just create a gap that sometimes is too hard to overcome.
First pitch, 6:36 p.m. tonight. A little tardy, but that's all right. Ashton Johnson's first offering to Tavares misses, and is swing and a miss here on the 1-0 pitch, and it's 1-1. Defensively for Southside, out in left field, Dennis Pierce gets the start as the home plate umpire talking something over with Ashton Johnson. In center field, it's Braylon Gonzalez. Aiden Butts will play right field. In the infield from left to right, Connor Hewitt is at third base, Easton Albert at shortstop. The second baseman, Shane Philman, and the first baseman, Jacob Haltz. Ashton Johnson on the hill, and Owen Fischel doing the catching behind home plate. The 1-1 pitch. It's upstairs, 2-1. Tavares, as I mentioned, joins the Blazers last weekend against Pocono. 2 for 4 with 3 stolen bags in a game and a half in that doubleheader. He swings and misses there, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tavares from East Stroudsburg University, the left-handed hitter, getting the start at shortstop defensively tonight for the Blazers. Johnson kicks and delivers a 2-2 pitch. That's on the outside corner. A backwards K to start things off. 1 out in the top of the first.
Third baseman, number 22, Drew Simpson.
And you see Tavares give Simpson some words of wisdom as he walks back to the dugout and Simpson walks into the batter's box.
So Simpson, the third baseman, and the right-handed hitter, will dig in to face Johnson. He's now up to 14 total innings pitched against the Blazers this season. First pitch swing here from Simpson, and he lifts it in the air out to center. Gonzalez ranging back, and he's under it. And he makes the catch for the second out in the first pitch of the ABA.
Second baseman, number 4, Casey Vaughn.
Well-hit ball. Forced the center fielder Gonzalez in the deep center field, but not enough. And it's now Casey Vaughn, the second baseman, coming to the plate. The switch-hitting second baseman, who will bat lefty here. Vaughn, 5 for his last 13. He's got 10 total walks against Southside this year in 5 games. First pitch is in for a strike. He had 5 of the 10. So half of them in one of the 4 games here at home.
It's crazy the way he's been able to work walks all season.
Johnson holds at the hip and delivers an 0-1 pitch with 2 gone. It's fouled back and it's 0-2. Vaughn, not really a power hitter. He's really up there for the plate discipline and the base hit ability that he has to make contact in these 2-strike counts, but unfortunately he swings and misses there at Johnson's offering. The pitch moves inside, and it's 2 strikeouts in the top of the first for Johnson. We'll move to the bottom half of the first inning. Southside goes 1, 2, 3 to get the Blazers in the top of the first. Stay with us here on the Blazers YouTube channel for this ECCBL play-in game. Home half of the first inning, and Southside will come to the plate after a 1-2-3 inning from Ashton Johnson. Let's get you the starting lineup tonight for the Southside Railers, who enter today's game as the 2 seed in the ECCBL playoffs in the Northern Division. At the designated hitter spot and leading things off, it'll be J.C. Spinoza. The left fielder, Dennis Pierce, will bat second. The second baseman, Shane Philman, hits third. The shortstop, Easton Albert, will bat in the cleanup spot. The first baseman, Jacob Houtz, will hit after Albert in the 5-hole. The 6-hole hitter is the catcher, Owen Fischel. The 7 batter is the third baseman, Connor Hewitt. The right fielder, Aiden Butts, will bat 8th. He had a home run here at Memorial Park along with Dennis Pierce in one game in a rout over the Blazers back in June. And the center fielder, Braylon Gonzalez, will bat 9th. Dylan Broderick on the hill, and he delivers a first pitch strike into Spinoza. And it's 0-1 here to the leadoff batter. Second pitch swinging, and it's popped up to left field. It's Matt Curtis, the starter out in left field. Over a few steps, he's there to make the catch for the first out in the inning.
Left fielder, number 9, Dennis Pierce.
Defensively for the Blazers, in the outfield, it's Matt Curtis, who just made that catch out and left. In center field, it's Mason Woolwine. The right fielder is Grayson Kovac. The infield from left to right, Drew Simpson at third base. The shortstop, Frank Tavares. Second baseman, Casey Vaughn. And the first baseman, Mike Pasco. Dylan Broderick on the hill, and the catcher, Jackson Schollenberger, behind home plate. First pitch here to Pearson. It's a big swing and a miss at the pitch that was down near the dirt. It's 0-1. Pierce, the power hitter in this lineup, flies that pitch back out of play. It's 0-2. He's got 9 home runs. That leads the ECCBL. 14 total extra base hits.
Just crazy the success he's had with extra base hits and home runs this season.
Broderick kicks. Pitches upstairs. It's 1-2. He was a part of the home run derby here at Memorial Park in the All-Star Game festivities. Didn't make it past the first round, but still a power hitter. And he ropes a liner right over to third base, and it's caught by Drew Simpson. A loud second out.
Second baseman, number 29, Shane Philman.
And a great snag by Simpson, who was able to crouch even lower kind of than his regular fielding position to catch that line drive that was just a couple inches off above the ground.
So here comes Shane Philman, the top 5 or 6 batters actually in this lineup, all All-Stars from Southside. The first offering there misses outside. Philman gets the start at second base. He has been hot as of late. 1-0 pitch. This one's flown out of play, foul down the third base line. Philman 7 hits on Saturday in that doubleheader against the South Jersey Kings. 3 hits in game 1, 4 in game 2. 1-1 on the way with 2 gone in the inning from Broderick, and the pitch misses low and away. The winner of this game will take on the Capitals tomorrow at 5 p.m. 2-1 on the way from Broderick, flown back off the beam. Foul ball, it's 2-2. This does indeed end up being the last Blazers home game, which hopefully it's not. But if it does, you always got to have 1 foul ball off the beam. So it's good to know we got that in. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that one is just outside. A good 2-strike pitch from Broderick, but it's left by Philman. And the count moves full. 3-2 with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Broderick kicks. Check swing, flown out towards left field, and it slices foul. Philman able to stay alive in the count. Boosted his batting average in the regular season above 300 with his 7-hit performance on Saturday. We'll do the full count. Payoff pitch once again from Broderick. Fastball swung on and flown out to left field. Curtis is over into foul territory, and he makes the catch. He slides towards the visiting team's bullpen, and he has it for the 3rd out in the inning. Getting it done in left field once again is Matt Curtis, just as he's done all season long. 1-2-3 in the first. We'll head to the second. Still scoreless. Both teams go down 1-2-3. So we will head into the top of the second inning. Scoreless here at Memorial Park. Nice catch by Matt Curtis out in left field to keep things level, and still no hits in this game. Woolwine swings at the first offering, leading things off. And he misses.
Heads up play by Curtis, as Philman had fouled off 2 or 3 balls earlier in the count deep to that left field side. So Curtis decided, why not take a jump on it and try and make that catch?
That pitch finds the inside corner. Quickly 0-2 here to Woolwine, who has been Quakertown's probably overall best hitter. He's also been really good against Southside. A 1.039 OPS. Johnson's delivery. Check swing popped out of play. 2 games tomorrow here at Memorial Park. Doesn't matter if the Blazers aren't in them. The first game will be at 1 p.m. It'll either be Mercer or the Trenton Generals taking on the division-winning Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners. This one shot right back up the middle, and a diving grab by the shortstop, Easton Albert. robbing Woolwine of a leadoff base hit.
Just an excellent catch there from Albert. The hustle to, run all the way behind second and get that catch. Just excellent.
Wasn't the most powerful ball out towards the hole there in between short and second base, but it's right location. Unfortunately, a great play made by Easton Albert for Mason Woolwine, who will head back to the dugout. One out now in the inning, the first offering to Broderick. It misses, the count 1-0. Johnson holding at the hip. Both teams wearing black tops tonight. And that's in for a strike. It's 1-1. The Blazers with the orange trim and the gray pants. Southside with the white pants. Count 1-1 here in the top half of the second inning. With one out in the inning after that great grab by Albert. This one's opposite field, shot to right field. That one's going to drop in for a one-out base hit. Broderick is aboard.
First baseman, number 10, Mike Pasco.
So now it'll be Mike Pasco coming to the plate. Broderick gets his 6th hit against Southside this season. That leads the team for the Blazers. Team that's overall has only hit 186 against the Railers this year. Johnson holding out of the stretch, his first offering to Pasco, and it swoops into the zone. The slider makes it 0-1.
And I interviewed Pasco for a playoff preview, and he talked about how heading into the playoffs, the Blazers know that nothing matters what they did during the season. And, everyone starts with that 0-0 record in these playoffs. So definitely bringing that mindset. And he said it's great that they get to play at their own home field. Even though they're their away team, the home crowd is definitely showed out tonight for the Blazers.
There's a great crowd here tonight at Memorial Park from both teams. Both sides of the stands are relatively full. That pitch was a towering fly ball out of play, and it's 0-2 with one gone. Broderick on first. He takes his lead. Johnson kicks in the pitch and misses down low. This Blazers team, they've really embodied that mentality. If it doesn't matter really coming into the postseason what you did in the regular season, it really doesn't matter in the first half. Once you get to the second half of the regular season, as they went 6-10 in the first half, 9-6-2 in the second half. Throwback over to first, pops out of the glove of the first baseman, Haltz, but he's over to it. This Blazers team in the second half, a 2.33 ERA did the pitching staff have. The first half, 3.5. Everything turned around in the second half of the year, and they get to play in this play-in game tonight as a result. Hard hit, ground ball towards the third base line, and it's foul.
And another thing that really helped the Blazers in this second half is all of those midseason additions in Drew Simpson, who's been excellent at third base, Wyatt Harrar, who we've seen, even tonight, Frank Tavares. All these additions have really helped the Blazers.
Indeed. Pasco's been here all year, as well as Broderick. Broderick's taken off, and this is a ground ball over to third. It's controlled by Hewick on the corner. Throw across is in time for the second out.
Blazers catcher, number 26, Jackson Schollenberg.
Broderick does get the second. He's in a scoring position with 2 outs, and this is where the Blazers really struggled in the first half of the year, but the second half it got a lot better. Specifically, in the last 8 games, they've hit .254 with runners in scoring position. That number was in the low 100s for a large part of this season. As Schollenberger, who's rocking the bright orange bat.
Yeah, a new bat.
It is. Brighter shade than the Blazers' orange color. And Schollenberger, he was struggling recently. 5 strikeouts in the doubleheader on Saturday, possibly done with the bat change to switch things up. We'll see.
Yeah.
Catcher official did throw back down to second, and Broderick got there standing up safely. So the count 0-1 with 2 outs. Schollenberger, the catcher, at the plate. Johnson holding out of the stretch to pitch. It's upstairs. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ashton Johnson on the hill, making his 3rd start against the Blazers this season, this one in the playoffs. Pitch down in the dirt, and a nice stop by Fischel. Count 2-1. Pasco 4 for 20 overall. He drops to 4 for 21. Schollenberger at the plate. He's 3 for 13 against Southside. A ground ball to the left side. Trying to slide in is Albert, but it rolls into left field. Coming around to score easily is Broderick. It's a 2-out RBI base hit for Jackson Schollenberger, and the Blazers strike first.
And the orange bat works.
Number 18, Matt Curtis.
Just an excellent ball that was able to squeak right past Easton Albert's glove into left field. An excellent base running from Broderick, who took that tight turn around third and was able to get home easily.
2 hits for the Blazers in this inning, and it's resulted in a 1-0 lead for Quakertown here in the play-in game as that pitch finds the zone to Matt Curtis, the left fielder. Schollenberger comes up with his 10th RBI, now tied for the team lead with Dylan Broderick, who came around to score. Curtis pops this pitch up. Under it is the catcher official, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out in the inning, but the Blazers do strike first in the top half of the second. 2 hits, 1 left on, and 1 run scored. They have the lead early here in the top of the second. We'll move to the bottom of the second as the Blazers draw first blood. Easton Albert coming to the plate. It's 4-5-6 due up for Southside after they went down 1-2-3 in the bottom half of the first inning. The Blazers now with a 1-run lead as Jackson Schollenberger comes through with an RBI ground ball to the shortstop. Easton Albert sneaks through his glove. And in the left field, he has a chance now to make up for it. He's at the plate, takes the first pitch outside. Dylan Broderick, the one that came around to score, he's on the hill now. 2 guys that were, well, really all 3 with Schollenberger behind the plate. All 3 guys involved in the scoring play. Now involved on the other side of things. Count 1-1. Broderick kicks and delivers to Albert. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2.
It is ironic that they're all together right away.
Baseball's funny sometimes, man. Broderick, a holding. Heading the count at 1-2, and he gets a swing and a miss from Easton Albert. He's down on strikes for the first out of the inning.
First baseman, number 14, Jacob House.
First strikeout for Broderick. He's now up to 17 pitches. Ashton Johnson, 27-2. Sun's starting to creep out at Memorial Park. It is a beautiful night for baseball. Not too hot. First pitch swinging here from House, and it's roped down out towards left field, ranging back, but it's foul. All the way off the fence in foul territory in left field. Curtis on the run.
And Curtis has really been running all over left field tonight.
It's getting his steps in, that's for sure. So Jacob Houtz, after roping that first pitch, takes the second in for a strike, and it's 0-2. Houtz, the senior from Mansfield, batting .286 this season. Down in the count at 0-2, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Broderick. 2 gone in the inning.
Southside catcher, number 22, Owen Fischel.
Now it's the catcher, Owen Fischel, coming to the plate. The senior from DeSales. He's in the same class as Ashton Johnson, also at DeSales. Johnson, the other starter in this game, on the hill for Southside. Righty-lefty matchup. Broderick, first pitch outside. Fischel just south of the 300 mark batting average-wise, .299 in the regular season. That pitch in very similar location, but that finds the plate, and it's 1-1. 2 gone in the inning. Broderick working quick, and that's fouled back. It's 1-2. Broderick trying to get the third out in the inning. You would take a strikeout for 3 straight Ks in the second. But I think he would not mind if it was an out another way.
Yeah, definitely.
Broderick kicks 1-2 pitch. It's just outside, possibly high. It's 2-2.
As long as I get that third out, I think he'll be satisfied.
He'd be happy, I would assume. Broderick making his 3rd appearance against Southside. That pitch is outside, and it's a full count with 2 gone in the bottom half of the second here to Owen Fischel. Payoff pitch on the way. That's in there. 3 strikeouts for Dylan Broderick in the bottom of the second inning. He holds Southside off the base paths once again. We'll head to the third. It's a 1-0 lead for the Blazers. It's 9-1-2 for the Blazers here in the top of the third inning. Grayson Kovac set to lead things off, followed by the top of the lineup in Frank Tavares and Drew Simpson. The Blazers, as a reminder, the visiting team technically here tonight as they are the lower seed. First pitch finds the inside corner. Kovac talks to the home plate umpire about it. It's 0-1. Dylan Broderick coming off that bottom of the second inning with 3 straight Ks. That one inside, and it's golfed in the air into foul territory towards the bullpen of Southside. Nobody out there. And the count 0-2 to Kovac. Kovac currently tied for the lead in extra base hits with 2 home runs for the Blazers. 0-2 pitch from Johnson, the off speed, a little ground ball to the first base side. Houts has it. He'll flip to Johnson, who steps on the bag for the first out.
The shortstop, number 8, Frank Tavares.
You can feel the positive energy coming from the Blazers as Rocco and I kind of shared a laugh during the half-inning break as Braden Black in his boot is taking some practice swings with Schollenberger's nice bright orange bat.
Yeah, he must be a fan of it. Hard not to be after what it did for the Blazers to get them the first run of the game, and currently the lone run. So top of the lineup in Frank Tavares coming to the plate here, the shortstop and the left-handed hitter. Johnson delivers, first pitch swinging, and it's swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Tavares, he had 2 walks and 3 stolen bags in the doubleheader against Pocono last weekend. That's when he joined the team for the first time. In for a strike, Johnson finds the zone with the off speed. It's 0-2. Infield and outfield played to their normal depths, although a big hole up towards the second base bag up the middle. 0-2 pitch with 1 gone. Popped up to center field. It's shallow. Charging in is Gonzalez. He's under it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Blazers third baseman, number 22, Drew Simpson.
Drew Simpson coming to the plate. 0 for 1 thus far, now 2 for his last 16. Righty-righty matchup as Johnson kicks. First pitch finds the inside corner. Simpson, he had a hit in his first 5 games with the Blazers when he joined the team midseason, but he's only had 2 hits in his last 7. And this one shot in the air to center field. It's popped up. Gonzalez moving over to his left a few steps, and he makes the catch for the third out in the inning. So the Blazers go down quickly, 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. It's 1-0. The Blazers lead over Southside. It's 7-8-9 due up for Southside. Connor Houck will lead things off here in the bottom of the third inning. 3 strikeouts for Broderick as that one's flown back, almost snuck through the little gap between the protective netting and the beam, but thankfully the netting saved, might have saved us. It was a little high, but could have taken a ricochet, you never know.
Could have. It was pretty right back.
Foul tip off the protective gear of Jackson Schollenberger, and it's 0-2. Schollenberger, all right, taking off the mask for a minute. Set right back up behind home plate. Broderick holding ahead of the count here at 0-2 to Houck. Ground ball right back to Broderick. He fields it cleanly over to first in time. So here comes Aiden Butts. He had one of his 2 home runs this season here at Memorial Park in a game that Dennis Pierce also homered. 4 extra base hits on the year for Butts. 2 of them home runs. 1 out in the inning. First pitch swinging, and it's flown out of play. Foul down the first base line. The Blazers with 2 hits in this ballgame. Southside searching for their first. Swing and a miss there. It's 0-2. The winner of this game plays tomorrow against the Trenton Capitals, 5 p.m. here at Memorial Park. So that one just outside. The fastball makes it 1-2. Mercer currently in a game against the Trenton Generals. One started at 6:30. We'll get you a score update when we get it. Into the protective netting, fouled off, staying alive is Butts. The winner of that game in the 2 versus 3 seed playing game in the South will take on the division winner of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners in the North tomorrow at 1 p.m. And that one's fouled back once again. A lot of foul balls so far in this inning. It's the 5th foul ball through 2 batters here in the bottom of the 3rd. Counts 1-2 with 1 gone. Broderick fires. This one's popped up, could be playable. It's in foul territory down the third base side. Moving over into foul territory is Drew Simpson, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out.
Now batting the Southside, center fielder.
An excellent communication from Drew Simpson, who made it very clear that he got that one.
Yeah, he was loud. You might have been able to hear it on the broadcast. That's how loud it was.
You might have.
Braylon Gonzalez coming to the plate. Batting .206 this year. First pitch to him's in the dirt. Broderick down 1-0. Gonzalez, the 9-hole batter. Trying to turn the lineup over. That pitch upstairs. Fastball misses. It's 2-0. Broderick now up to 37 pitches. His 38th on the way. And that's in there for a called first strike. It's 2-1. Broderick's 3rd appearance against Southside this year. He's pitched well thus far. This one's lifted in the air out to right field. Back a few steps is Kovac, but he's under it. And he makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Broderick on the mound for the Blazers. We will head to the top of the 4th. I will turn it over to Julia Henry for the play-by-play duties. I'll step aside to color for the middle 3 innings. Been a good one so far here at Memorial Park. The Blazers lead it 1-0.
After another 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Broderick, Casey Vaughn steps up to the plate for the Blazers. He takes that one for a ball outside.
Score in the Mercer-Trenton game, still scoreless through 3 innings thus far.
A swing and a miss there, evening the count at 1-1.
Just a reminder, the Blazers, the visiting team, that's why they're batting in the top half of the inning, even though they're playing here at Memorial Park.
Another ball.
Ashton Johnson's 3rd appearance against the Blazers this year.
And that ball is sent over, just over by the first baseman, Jacob House. Just kind of falls a couple inches to the right of him. So that ball creeps into right field, and it'll be a single for Vaughn.
Another leadoff base hit for the Blazers. We talked a lot all year how they were really missing that through the first half of the season. There was multiple games where they went into the late stages, 6-7 innings without a leadoff base runner. It's really changed the tie in the second half. They get their second one here at the top of the 4th.
Mason Woolwine frames around a bunt, lays down that bunt, but he'll be out at first. Just an excellent throw from Colin Hollick over at third base, who charged that bunt over to Jacob House. But it'll advance Casey Vaughn, and that was the name of the game with that bunt.
Yeah, it was a beautifully placed bunt. No chance to get the lead runner at second as Houck had to charge all the way in towards the infield grass. And it wasn't really telegraphed either. You know, Woolwine is really one of the top 3 hitters, I would say, in this lineup, so not expected.
Definitely agree. As Dylan Broderick fouls off the first pitch of his at-bat.
Broderick 1 for 1 thus far. He scored the game's lone run. He's through 3 scoreless innings here at Memorial Park on the hill for the Blazers.
And he ropes that one into shallow right field. So Mike Fitzgerald will send Casey Vaughn home, and he scores easily. It'll be a double for Dylan Broderick, and the Blazers take a 2-0 lead.
Now batting for the Blazers, the first baseman, number 10, Mike Pasco.
For a brief minute, I thought it might have been a little aggressive sending Vaughn there, but the throw high, and it looked like, obviously, we know Vaughn's got the speed. He's 8 for 9 stealing bags this year. He's playing in the middle of the infield. He was really churning around third base. He was determined to score that one, and he made it a tough play.
Yeah.
Forced an early, I mean, not an early throw, but forced a throw. It had to be a little bit rushed, had it. I mean, it wasn't the most well-hit ball, but it ends up working out for the Blazers. The outfielder has to charge in a little bit more. Just a really, really perfect scenario for the Blazers as the throw goes high. Vaughn comes in to score. Middle of the lineup's getting it done.
Definitely. Mike Pasco took that first pitch in for a strike. And that one he ropes over to the second baseman, or shortstop Easton Albert, who fires it over Shane Philman at second. So that'll be a double play, but not before the Blazers play another run in Casey Vaughn. So with their 2-0 lead, we head to the bottom of the 4th. JC Spinoza, the DH, leads things off for Southside, who finds themselves in a 2-0 hole. And JC Spinoza is getting his second at-bat of the day now.
Yes, Spinoza 0 for 1 thus far. He has been in a little bit of a struggle recently, only 2 hits in July.
And he ropes that one to left field. Matt Curtis waited for a little bit, then at the end took a couple steps in, but easily able to secure that fly ball for out number 1.
Broderick now up to 41 pitches through 3 1/3. Mentioned this is his 3rd appearance against Southside. The first one was on June 4th, the 11-0 shutout win for the Blazers.
And Pierce swings and misses at the first offering from Broderick.
Broderick in that game on June 4th, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, scoreless outing.
That one falls low and outside.
And on June 25th, against Southside for Broderick, 3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of them earned.
And Pierce sends that one over to shortstop, fumbled a little bit, but the throw's in time from Tavares over to Mike Pasco at first.
A great recovery. Balls, we've really seen them all taking a weird hop on this infield grass all season long. It took a little bit of a spinner there, did Tavares, and he comes up after bobbling it. Gets the throw over quickly. Great recovery. Second out in the inning.
And the first pitch into Shane Philman in for a strike. That one he'll send to shallow left field, and that'll be Southside's first hit of the evening.
Shortstop number 12, Easton Albert.
Well, you can't blame it on us. We didn't talk about it. It's only the bottom of the 4th, but hey, you never know.
So after their first hit, Easton Albert steps into the plate.
Albert, the all-star, the top 5 hitters in this lineup, or actually 6 hitters, all all-stars for Southside. Albert only 2 hits in his last 5 games. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
Back-to-back balls fouled off, moving the count 0-2. And Philman definitely taking a big lead over on first.
Albert really caught a hot streak in the middle of the season. He's cooled off as of late, but he's an all-star for a reason.
And that one comes in for strike 3. So Southside gets the first hit, but aren't able to move Philman beyond first base. So that'll send it to the top of the 5th. Blazers lead 2-0.
Top of the 5th inning. Julie's coming back. She's fixing her camera down by the third base side. Got to make sure it's focused as always. It's 7-8-9 due up for the Blazers. Still Ashton Johnson on the hill.
And Schollenberger sends that one high in the air. First baseman Jacob Houts very easily able to grab that one.
Number 18, Matt Curtis.
Good recovery speed getting back up here, Julie, I must say.
Yeah, really ran up those stairs.
Didn't help you out with the first pitch swinging as well.
No. So Matt Curtis will take that one in for ball 1.
Curtis 0 for 1 thus far. He's batting 193 this season. Curtis overall against Southside this year, 2 for 14.
That'll be the first strike. So moves the count to 2-1 for Curtis. Curtis sends that one to deep left field. But Pierce is able to make that catch just bordering the line between fair and foul.
14, Grayson Kovach.
Made good contact on it. Just a little under it. You know, Ashton Johnson, he's really been the ace for Southside all year, but he did have that rough outing against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners, allowing 8 hits and 9 runs.
And that one, Grayson Kovach hits over to the third base, and Colin Hollick fired over to first, and 1-2-3 inning for the Blazers. So we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Good view up here.
And it'll be Jacob Houts leading things off for Southside in the bottom of the 5th. And they still look to have their first run. They got a man on base last inning, but weren't able to move him any further than first.
Yeah, Broderick's been feeling it. You could tell the sequence is there thus far.
And that one is hit over to Tabarez. Fired over to Pasco at first, so easy out there from shortstop to first. Owen Fischel, the catcher, steps into the box. He was the final strikeout from Broderick in that second inning when he went 1-2-3 all through strikeouts.
Yeah, Albert 0 for 2 with a K. Houtz now 0 for 2 with 1 K, and now this is the third batter, Fischel, as you said.
And a big swing and a miss from Fischel, evening the count out.
Hear a lot of times you talk about great athletes saying when the misses are good, it's normally a sign you're on. I think that's the case for Broderick today.
Definitely.
You could tell even when he's missing his spot, it still ends up in a decent location. It's been that kind of day thus far.
Another strike, so full count to Owen Fischel. And he'll take his bag as Broderick misses there.
The third baseman for DeSales University, number 20, Colin Hawk.
The first walk of the game.
Yeah, the
coming
first
in
walk of
the
the
bottom
game.
of the fifth inning.
And that's how you can tell this has been playoff baseball. This has been a good game when it's taken to the bottom of the fifth for there to be a walk. That ball is skied high by Colin Hollick. And Kovac calls it off and reels it in for out number 2.
The right fielder from East Stroudsburg, number 21, Aiden Butts.
Seems like the counts here for Broderick on the mound, it's either going deep into the count or it's first or second pitch swinging. You're seeing a lot of guys attacking the first offering for Broderick, but if not, they're either staying alive and counts the distance in some of these at-bats.
Definitely. Aiden Butts took that first one in for a strike. And I'll pop that one out of play, foul, down the first base side.
And Broderick still at a great pace, 60 pitches. Johnson with 50 as well. He's been efficient so far. That ball there that missed only the 18th time that he's missed the zone so far for Broderick through 61 pitches.
That one comes in high and inside. And that one stays fair, creeping down that third base line. It'll only advance Fischel to second base, but Butts will be safe with the single at first. So now Southside, with 2 outs, has runners on first and second. Fischel being their first man in scoring position all game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the tough play for the third baseman. Simpson placed down the line perfectly by Butts. He loves this place. He loves Memorial Park. 4 RBIs against the Blazers in 5 games.
First pitch comes in as a strike to Braylon Gonzalez. That one misses outside from Broderick, but Schollenberger luckily has that long wingspan and was able to just kind of reach over and grab that with his glove hand.
He's definitely the best defensive catcher for the Blazers. See Southside now. They're starting to get a little bit more patient, taking more pitches to get their first walk of the game, and now working deeper into counts.
Definitely. As the count moves to 3-1 in favor of Gonzalez.
And that's contagious. When you see other guys starting to take more pitches, when you get up to the plate, that's going to start to permeate into your approach. You're seeing it here in this inning.
And just like that, Braylon Gonzalez takes the pitch for ball 4, and he'll walk. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, Southside has the bases loaded.
And here's where you're going to see, I don't think they're going to take Broderick out, but it is a possibility. There's movement in the pen. You're going to see how aggressive Coach Mike Fitzgerald's going to want to be here in the playoffs. I don't think Broderick is really missing his spot too dramatically right now. It feels like Southside is just, they've seen the guys at the plate before them taking pitches, and now they're coming up to the plate with that exact same approach. They're seeing guys taking pitches. I'm going to start taking pitches. It's working here. They've got the bases loaded after 2 walks and a well-placed ball that wasn't that well hit. It just went perfectly down the third base line and stayed fair.
Definitely. And I think a big key to Broderick, it looks like he'll remain in the game as Fitzgerald walks off the mound. There's 2 outs. So you just need a strikeout. You need a ball to get hit to a player. You have the force out at every single base now with 2 outs. I think you're safe to leave Broderick in the game. And it looks like Evan Wittig is warming up in the bullpen for the Blazers.
Yeah, Wittig, the lefty that joined the team in the late stages. We've talked a lot about these guys that have come in the latter half of the year for the Blazers, but right now it's all on Dylan Broderick. He's been here all year, offensively and defensively, pitching well all year, hitting well all year. This is the biggest spot he's seen all year.
JC Spinoza steps into the box. First pitch comes in, ball 1, high and outside.
You know Spinoza's going to be patient as well. He's going to take every pitch that's outside of the zone. He's not swinging to anything that he sees that's right down the middle, possibly.
Get a swing and a miss there from him.
I jinxed it. It's a good pitch. Fastball outside.
And he pops that one foul. Kind of the same pitch.
Yeah, he's staying aggressive, which I'm surprised. I thought you would be looking take, but he's batting in the leadoff spot for a reason. He's an all-star for a reason. I don't think if you're Dylan Dando, you're not going to get mad at him for being aggressive with the bases loaded.
And that one will be popped up. Drew Simpson will try to catch it, and he'll make the catch in foul territory. So once again, a key catch by the Blazers in foul territory. So that'll retire Southside with the bases loaded, not able to score any runs. So we head to the top of the 6th. Leading things off for the Blazers will be Frank Tavares, as Drew Simpson came up with a clutch foul catch to retire Southside with the bases loaded.
Yeah, and against JC Spinoza, Dylan Broderick retires the leadoff batter in the All-Star. He's been slumping as of late, Spinoza. 2 hits in July, but he still could pop out of nowhere at any time.
And the first 2 pitches come in as balls to Tavares.
Spinoza specifically has killed Quakertown all year. 6 for 13 overall, and he's now 6 for 15 after being over 2 so far.
And a 3-0 count as Johnson looks to find his first strike of this inning. And that'll be it in the zone.
So I was talking about how you see guys when they see batters in front of them taking pitches, and you see the pitcher struggling to find the zone. You probably do that more. We'll see how that goes for the Blazers.
Tavares takes his bag there, and walks are contagious. You know, you saw Southside able to work 2 walks in the bottom of the 5th, and the Blazers worked their first walk right there as Drew Simpson steps to the plate.
And you don't want to give a leadoff walk to Tavares. He's got speed.
And Drew Simpson lays a bunt down that first base line. He'll be out, unfortunately, but once again, just an excellent bunt. You saw Mason Woolwine have a great sac bunt and a great sac bunt for Drew Simpson. So Tavares is able to advance to second base.
You know, I had a stat in here prepared. The Blazers have not had a sacrifice RBI against Southside all year. They haven't had it yet in this game, but they've gotten guys over to second. It resulted in a run scoring with Broderick coming around to score after a beautiful bunt by Casey Vaughn, and now you see one there from Simpson. They're getting it done.
That one comes in as a strike to Vaughn. Yeah, and bunts have definitely been something the Blazers have just tried, but it hasn't worked out too well for them, but definitely working out well for them tonight. And Vaughn ropes that one to deep center field. It'll be caught by Gonzalez, but Tavares will head over to third on that one. So 2 outs. Tavares at third. Mason Woolwine steps to the plate.
It's not always the biggest deal getting that guy from second to third when it's going to be 2 outs in the inning, but you never know. With this infield grass, the way it's been spitting balls and taking some weird hops, you never know. All it takes is one infield error.
That one falls inside.
And Johnson having a little bit of a struggle with command right now. Pass ball also becomes deadly for him with Tavares standing 90 feet away.
And Woolwine ropes that one to the fence, but very foul down that left field line. Looks like Dylan Dando, manager of Southside, calling a little mound meeting now.
Yeah, I like that call there. You can tell Woolwine he's starting to find it a little bit, starting to find the sequence of Johnson. Just as Southside did, they had the bases loaded after 2 walks, but Broderick got that huge out in foul territory. You can tell Woolwine's on it here. Just a little bit early.
Definitely, and especially Woolwine's on it, and he's in that 4th position. He's in that power hitter spot in the lineup. So odds are if he gets a hold of it, it's going to be a deep ball.
Yeah, Woolwine third in the team on extra base hits with 6. He's got 5 RBIs. He's been productive against Southside as well. Of the 15 runs in the regular season that Quakertown have scored, 5 of them have been from Mason Woolwine coming across home plate.
That one, first pitch after the mound meeting, misses low and outside, so 2-1 count to Woolwine.
You also have this dynamic now with the guy at third and 2 outs. He could dance all he really wants.
And Mason Woolwine will send that into center field, but unfortunately, right to Braylon Gonzalez, so the Blazers are retired and not able to score a run as we head to the bottom of the 6th. So Dylan's Broderick day on the mound is done. Grant Fitzgerald takes his spot, and he'll face Dennis Pierce.
Yeah, so they bring in the lefty in Fitzgerald to face the right-handed hitter Pierce. So I understand getting aggressive with the pen in this do-or-die game, but I mean, Broderick, I thought he still had some gas. He had a little bit of trouble with control. So possibly that's the reason for the decision, but now you give Pierce the left-handed pitcher on the mound. We'll see how it works out.
And that one is hit in foul territory. Mike Pasco tried his hardest, and so did Grayson Kovac to get to it, but kind of that no man's land in between them and very foul, but the hustle's certainly there for them, and that's definitely been something that's been a little different tonight by the Blazers. The hustle to get these foul balls and take advantage of those opportunities to record outs has definitely been a big factor for the Blazers.
If there's a guy you're going to go to, it's probably going to be Fitzgerald at this point, other than maybe Cannon Zimmel. Fitzgerald joining the team late in the year, 7 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits, only 1 earned run allowed.
And Pierce will rope that one to right field. It'll bounce off the fence, so he'll head into second. Kovac will fire it in over to Tavares, and he'll think about, kind of moving to third, but a lot of no's from the Southside dugout. I think it was just a little playful step off the bag, and there was no intent to actually take that move over to third base. But a leadoff double nonetheless.
Yes, I mean, I understand you want to get Fitzgerald in there, but you just bring in the left-handed pitcher to face Dennis Pierce, the best power hitter in the ECCBL.
Yeah.
Leadoff double. It's a tough spot, but now it's lefty-lefty. So at this point is where I would have made the move. Hindsight's 20/20.
That'll be a bump by Shane Philman. It'll go foul. Would have been a nice bunt if it stayed fair because it was down that third base line. So would have likely let Philman be safe at first and Pierce advance over to third.
Kind of like a flash bunt attempt. You should try not to telegraph it, so when the pitch came in, he showed it quickly, and it was kind of just sticking it out there.
That one misses outside.
Pierce does have some speed for being such a great power hitter. He's successful 9 times stealing bags this year.
And that one misses just a little bit high. So 3-1 count to Philman.
Nobody warming up in the pen for the Blazers yet. But the control, something you got to keep an eye on for these bullpen pitchers.
And Philman swung his bat, ready to toss it, but that'll be a strike. And there is a chorus of exclamations from the Southside fans, absolutely enraged.
Perfect
that
way
was
to describe
called
that.
a strike. Philman fouls that one off.
Yeah, looked a little low. Maybe outside as well. But, it's always a little deceiving with that pitch coming in from a sidearm guy. Tougher for the home plate umpire.
Definitely. So another payoff pitch here from Fitzgerald. Once again, fouled off by Philman.
Fitzgerald, though, does have some crazy movement on that sliders coming in from that arm slot. For a left-handed batter facing a left-handed pitcher with that type of movement, who throws kind of sidearmish, probably as difficult as it gets.
Another one fouled off.
Not to mention he's throwing his fastball probably high 80s and low 90s.
Definitely.
Don't have a radar gun. We've attempted that once. We don't need to go back.
It did not go
Yeah,
well.
135 mile an hour pitch.
Yeah. And then there were other ones that were like 30. Philman sends that one into center. Southside fans kind of thought that would be a hit, but Mason Woolwine is automatic in center field and was not about to let that one drop in for a hit. So he gets that out, and Pierce isn't able to advance as the fly ball was to center field. So the first out of the inning for Southside. Easton Albert step up back to the right-handed batters.
Woolwine read that really well out in center. He had to take a little bit of a leap as he charged in a little bit too hard, but great read off the bat. Albert's 0 for 2 thus far, but entering tonight, he was 6 for 19 against Quakertown in the 5 games this year. It really is poetic, though, that the Blazers are getting Southside in this play-in game. As they've been outscored 33-4 against Southside in the 4 games since their 11-0 win to start the season series.
That is crazy. 1-1 count to Albert.
Talked about the tale of 2 halves it's been for the Blazers. It'd be perfect to put a cherry on top by getting the guys that have killed them so far this year.
That one stays fair. It'll score Pierce. It goes perfectly down that left baseline. Double for Easton Albert. So Southside plates once here. A man on second in scoring position in Albert, and still just 1 out for Southside.
Number 14, Jacob House.
Yeah, it's an impressive at-bat for Easton Albert. He's an all-star for a reason. Top 6 hitters in this lineup for Southside, all all-stars. Now you turn it over to your 5-hole batter in Jacob House, who hits 286 with an 824 OPS. This lineup is just stacked. The best offense in the ECCBL by total run total.
Yeah, and in between there, Casey Vaughn went to the mound, talked to Fitzgerald a little bit, telling him to kind of stay with it, even though he's given up 2 doubles so far in this inning. First pitch fouled off by House.
I think I liked Fitzgerald trying to go fastball inside here. You just really got to make sure you keep it inside. If you leave it out over the plate, it could be deadly as you're facing the right-handed hitter in House. But the off-speed's just missing a lot outside.
That one's foul off.
He went off-speed slider, and it kind of hung out over the middle of the plate. House, he saw it.
So 1-2 count to House.
He just missed it, though. The timing a little bit off, but I think if he gets that pitch again,
It'll be
loud noises.
It'll be rocked. Another one fouled off, out of play.
Even the fastball has a lot of movement from Fitzgerald. Because that starts on the outside part of the plate and just breaks into the other batter's box, so the misses, they look bad, but to a hitter, it's so deceiving. And when they swing on it like that, it looks like a great pitch.
That one, another one, fair just down that left field line. And Drew Simpson is just outraged that that one's fair. Oh, my goodness. And another double. Jacob House slides into second. Vaughn thought he had him out. So the game's knotted 2-2.
Well, we could talk about if that's fair or foul for a while. I don't know. You could see Simpson trying to draw where it landed on the chalk. But either way, he got the same pitch. He got the off-speed right over the middle of the plate. And House made him pay. It just hung up right over the middle and pitch, obviously not where Fitzgerald wanted it. I just like him trying to attack with the fastball there. House was having trouble finding the tempo with it.
And just not great with... And you hear... Yeah, just not great for Fitzgerald on the mound as he's given up 3 doubles. Not all entirely his fault. I mean, they have been balls right down that line that have just been unfortunate. And hits Owen Fischel with the first pitch. So Mike Fitzgerald heads out to the mound. Might be a call to the bullpen, but there's guys out there. I'm not sure they've really been throwing so far this inning.
I remember when I think there was one out. Well, there still was one out in the inning, but it was a couple batters ago, obviously, where I said there was no movement. I think that after that is when they started trotting out there. So whether or not, I believe it's Cannon Zimmel, whether or not he's ready, Fitzgerald's going to take his time with this mound visit. He's going to want to make sure that Zimmel gets enough time to warm up, A, and then B, he wants to calm Fitzgerald down. Obviously, when you get, I don't want to say robbed, but when it's a close call like that down the third base line and it goes in favor of Southside and it ties the game, that's something that's going to try to rattle you a little bit. Looks like he is staying in.
Yeah, and you just kind of want to lock everyone back in, reset their mindset. As Drew Simpson is obviously upset by that call and kind of had it happen to him twice so far in this inning. So even just kind of reassuring the infield and resetting them.
Yeah, and Fitzgerald, the pitch that just plunked Fischel that sent him to first, it was the off speed that just missed once again. I like the movement that he has with that. It's just his fastball right now just seems a little bit more on. It seems like the hitters are having trouble picking it out of his hand. And the fastball has so much movement that I feel like going off speed, obviously it screws up the tempo, but movement-wise, it's getting very similar movement. So I feel like if you stick fastball here, obviously it's a different hitter.
Run for the Railers from Campbell, number 4, Jackson Ratecki.
And Jackson Ratecki will pinch run for Owen Fischel. Ratecki's a catcher, so probably just pinch running, but maybe they'll make a switch. You never know. So.
Well, Fischel is catching, so he might stay in. We'll see.
And Colin Hulk.
No, Ratecki pitch ran for him.
Right. So, yeah, he's in now, yeah. Still have the double play ball in order with one out and runners on first and second.
That one comes in for a strike, evening the count 1-1. And a second out is really needed here for the Blazers. That one, fly ball deep to center field. Mason Woolwine will make it. And House is able to advance over to third on that. Schollenberger called out that he was tagging, let Woolwine know. Woolwine had a nice throw that bounced around where shortstop would be. But it'll keep Fischel at, or Ratecki, who came in to pinch run, at first. But House moves to third, but now there's 2 outs. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I talked about it before when they got Tavares over to third with 2 outs. It still can matter. Pass ball, infield error.
That one misses outside to Butts.
But that, if you're going to throw the off speed, that's the pitch that you need it to be. You either need it to be down low and inside, down by the foot of the batter, or way outside like that.
Another one misses. Schollenberger stands up quickly, looking down to third base.
Seen that before.
We have.
Throwing guys out at third.
And 3 straight balls to Butts. So Fitzgerald very likely throwing a strike here.
Yeah, I feel like you got to attack fastball. It's the 8-hole batter.
And that'll walk Butts. So bases loaded, 2 outs. Braylon Gonzalez, the 9-hole batter, steps to the plate. Score is tied 2-2.
Number 52, Braylon Gonzalez.
And it'll remain Fitzgerald on the mound. No movement from Mike Fitzgerald, the Blazers manager.
One thing I'm noticing, the outfield, it looks like is playing pretty shallow, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. I mean, a ball to the gap, it's going to clear the bases. And I guess that's a trade you take when you have the 9-hole batter and Gonzalez up. Try to snag any blooper and prevent that from scoring 2 runs, but runners are off with 2 outs anyways.
That one, Gonzalez spins and dances around. That one narrowly misses him. 2-0 count to him.
I'm surprised he backed out because it was off speed.
Yeah.
He could have let
Lucky
that hit him.
for the Blazers that he backed out. That one comes in for a strike, and sometimes your instincts just take over. I mean, he probably wouldn't have minded being hit with that, but sometimes you're just moving because you don't want to get hit. Another ball to Gonzalez. So a 3-1 count, bases loaded, 2 outs. This right here, one of the most important pitches of the game coming in.
I feel like you got to go to your best pitch, which I think is Fitzgerald's fastball.
That one comes in for a strike. So full count, payoff pitch here from Fitzgerald. Then
he went fastball.
Payoff
You could
pitch,
try
yeah.
fooling him off speed out of the zone against the left-handed batter. I don't know. I like fastball in.
Fitzgerald fires that one in. Gonzalez hits that one to center field.
Fastball in, baby.
Mason Woolwine makes the grab. So the damage is done. The score is now tied at 2-2, but the Blazers strand Southside with the bases loaded there. So it's a tie game, and we head to the top of the 7th.
It's 5-6-7 up for the Blazers in the top of the 7th. Dylan Broderick, he's 2 for 2 with an RBI. He started this game for the Blazers, and he pitched really as well as he could have. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, a scoreless outing. He gets yanked in the 6th, and Fitzgerald comes in. He gives up 3 hits and 2 runs. Ashton Johnson still on the hill. First pitch swinging, it's popped up to left field. Charging in is the left fielder, but calling everybody off is the shortstop, Easton Albert. He makes the catch for the first out.
The first baseman from Chestnut Hill, number 10, Mike Pasco.
Grant Fitzgerald, though, after giving up the 2 runs on balls that were hit perfectly down the line, he's able to strand the bases loaded with 2 outs with a full count payoff pitch. Fastball inside. I was calling for it. Get me out there. I could catch. No, I couldn't. Not at all. But worked out perfectly. Popped up to center field, in on the hands. First pitch swinging here from Pasco. This one's in on the hands. Foul territory, third base side, ranging over and diving. And did he make the catch? He did.
Oh, my
Couldn't get a
goodness.
sign, but Connor Houck going to the ground, able to control it. 2 outs.
Just a crazy catch.
Number 26, Jackson Schollenberg.
Going over the shoulder in foul territory. He initially trotted towards the bullpen out in left field and then turned back closer to fair territory. Made the catch over his right shoulder. An unbelievable play. 2 outs now on 2 pitches, and now it's Jackson Schollenberger to the plate. The catcher, he takes the first pitch upstairs. Won't have a 3-pitch inning.
That's positive.
Yep. 6 hits to 3 in favor of Southside. The game knotted at 2 after 2 runs come across in the bottom of the 6th for the Railers. That one finds the bottom half of the zone, and it's 1-1. Schollenberger 1 for 2 thus far. He's rocking the bright orange bat. He got the scoring started with an RBI ground ball to the left side, but he pops this pitch up to the left side. Albert's over the shortstop, calling everybody off, and he makes the catch. a quick inning. 5 pitches for Ashton Johnson. He gets 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. Down go the Blazers. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. We're knotted at 2. It's the top of the order for Southside in the bottom half of the 7th. J.C. Spinoza, the DH, will lead things off. It's Cannon Zimmel coming into the game for the Blazers in relief of Grant Fitzgerald, who allowed the 2 runs to tie this ball game in the 6th. Zimmel, the workhorse, 26 innings pitched. That's 3rd in the team. 9 appearances, 7 of them in relief, 2 starts, a 3-0 win-loss record, and an ERA of 1.02. That gave him an all-star appearance in this 2024 summer season. Deals the first pitch and it misses. Working quickly, Spinoza turns on one foul. Just a little early in the count, 1-1.
Spinoza, the only guy in this Southside lineup who didn't bat in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That pitch misses in the other batter's box. It's 2-1. Scoreboard's wrong. Yep. 2 balls and a strike here to Spinoza. Pitch down and away. It's 3-1. Zimmel adjusting the cap now, trying to get the tempo down a little bit. 3-1 pitch on the way. This one's skied in the air, out of play, and the count full. Counts full here to J.C. Spinoza. Zimmel holds at the belt, kicks the pitch. Lifted in the air, popped up. Center fielder Woolwine's charging in. He's under it, awaiting it, and he makes the catch for the first out in the inning.
The left fielder from Valdosta State, number 9, Dennis Pierce.
So Dennis Pierce, the power hitting left fielder, coming to the plate. He led things off with a double off the right field fence down by the 365 sign in right center in the last half inning. Zimmel delivers the first offering, misses low and away.
Southside has really put center field as the hot location on these flyouts, as that last one by Spinoza marks the 4th out in a row that Woolwine's recorded in center field.
Pitch misses to Pierce. It's 2-0 with one gone in the inning, and that one finds the outer half of the plate. It's 2-1 now from Zimmel to Pierce. Pierce 1 for 3. He's 5 for 16 overall against the Blazers. This one's popped up in foul territory. The first baseman pass goes over towards the dugout. Moving to his right. He stumbles a little bit, but he makes the catch. 2
The
outs.
second baseman from Penn State Abington, number 29, Shane Philman.
And Shane Philman coming to the plate into the left-handed batter's box. Righty-lefty matchup here between the two All-Stars.
Clear to count.
Philman now with 8 hits in his last 3 games. He's 1 for 3 tonight. He takes the first pitch and it misses. It's 1-0. Zimmel messing with the grip, still working quickly. 1-0 pitch is inside. 2-0. Southside got those 2 runs courtesy of 2 walks, a double. As that one finds the zone, it's 2-1.
2-1.
Zimmel holding down to the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, it's outside. 3-1 here to Philman. This one's skied and foul. Count now full with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Shane Philman, the second baseman and the All-Star at the plate. Zimmel, the other All-Star, he delivers, and the pitch is inside. The payoff misses. 2-out walk.
From East Stroudsburg, number 12, Easton Albert.
Easton Albert made 2 of the catches in the last half inning, the shortstop. Albert had a 7-game hitting streak in the early stages of June that ended on, July. He goes first pitch swinging here, and he launches it out towards left center field. Woolwine's over, though, and he makes the catch. Showing off the range, Mason Woolwine in center field. Leaving a man stranded. Cannon Zimmel gets out of the bottom of the 7th inning. We will head to the 8th. It's 2-2.
All right, come on.
Matt Curtis set to lead things off here in the top half of the 8th inning. The Blazers operating as the visiting team. That's why they're batting in the top of the half innings. Curtis, the left fielder, made a couple of solid plays out in left field defensively, trying to get things going here in the 8th for the Blazers as the leadoff batter. Still Ashton Johnson on the hill through 7 innings, 2 runs allowed. For Johnson, only 3 hits. First pitch swinging, it's in on the hands and popped out of play.
It's crazy that Johnson's still in the game, but he's done his job and done well tonight.
Only 68 pitches. He's been incredibly efficient. 0-1 on the way. Ground ball fouled on the third base side. Curtis 0 for 2 tonight. He's now 2 for 15 against Southside this year. Blazers left 2 men on base overall in this game. Southside have stranded 8. Most notorious one with the bases loaded. And the 6th after tying the ball game. Ground ball to the third baseman, Hauk. He has it. Throw across the diamond is in time.
The right fielder from Lafayette, number 14, Grayson Kovac.
And Grayson Kovac, the right fielder and the 9-hole batter, will dig in. Kovac, who's been the hero at Memorial Park twice. He had a walk-off base hit and a doubleheader back in June. He goes first pitch swinging here, and it's sending the air out to left field. Pierce is ranging back to the wall. He makes the catch. Dennis Pierce, the power-hitting left fielder, showcasing the range and left. And he robs Kovac of a one-out, possibly extra base hit.
Just absolutely robbed. Excellent tracking by Pierce, who, ran almost exactly where Gonzalez is in center. They kind of crossed paths a little and just, robbed Kovac there.
So 2 gone in the 8th. First pitch to Tavares is in for a strike. Tavares 0 for 2 with a walk. He was stranded at third in his last appearance. 0-1 on the way from Ashton Johnson. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Tavares 2 for 4 in the doubleheader on Saturday. Joined the team last Saturday. Trying to make his mark. 0-2, swung on and missed. Ashton Johnson, a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. We'll head to the home half of the 8th inning. It's still 2-2. It's going to be 5-6-7 for Southside in the home half of the 8th inning. As Jacob Houtz, who came through with the RBI, knock down the left field line on the off-speed pitch that hung out from Fitzgerald. He will dig in here to lead things off in the bottom of the 8th. He goes first pitch swinging, and did that catch Schollenberger? Looks like he's all right. He's laughing it off.
Yeah, certainly don't want an injury to your catcher in the bottom of the 8th in an elimination game. So the ump walks the ball back with Zimmel, giving Schollenberger a little bit more time, but seems like he's good to go.
Yeah, it looks like he's all right. Getting right back behind home plate. So the count 0-1 to Houtz. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI, as I was saying. Top 6 hitters, all All-Stars for the Southside team. Little nubber right back at the pitcher, Zimmel. He's in. It's throw to first. That's in time. Pasco pulled a little bit off the bag, but he stays on it for the first out in the inning.
The catcher from DeSales University, number 22, Owen Fischel.
Good for Houtz to run there. We saw that happen to Broderick in the Saturday doubleheader. And Broderick just kind of stood in the box, confused at what kind of happened on that one. But good for Houtz to at least try and reach first.
So Houtz is retired. And this pitch, ground ball right back to Casey Vaughn. Rotecki is thrown out. 2 gone quickly on the first offering.
Baseman from DeSales University, number 20, Colin Hall.
So Colin Hawk to the plate. Cannon Zimmel delivers a first pitch strike. It's 0-1. Bottom of the 8th inning. Zimmel working quickly. 0-1 pitch. This one's rocketed in the air out to center field. Woolwine ranging back. He's under it now. He's got room and he makes the catch. A loud third out in the inning. Both teams go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. We'll head to the 9th. Do or die elimination game knotted at 2. Two, three, 4 for the Blazers in the top of the 9th. Drew Simpson will lead things off. He's 0 for 3 thus far, followed by Casey Vaughn and Mason Woolwine. Top half of the lineup for the Blazers. Ashton Johnson still on the mound. He's pitched 8 innings so far, allowing 2 runs. First pitch rocketed down the left field line. Leadoff base hit for Drew Simpson. He takes the turn at first. He'll put the brakes on.
And just an excellent ball.
The second baseman from Westchester,
Hit just
number
over
4,
Colin Hawk.
Casey Vaughn.
You know, a little bit of revenge there as he had those unfortunate fair balls from Southside. So a little bit of revenge there, and he strikes with the ball down the third baseline himself.
Blazers have had 2 walk-offs here at home. They won't have a chance to walk this one off as they are technically the visiting team. I just said that. The visiting team, they have a chance to take the lead going into the bottom of the 9th. The mound visit coming. See if they take the ball from Ashton Johnson, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. So Ashton Johnson will come out of the game after pitching 8 innings in this playoff matchup. He allows 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. The runner at first, Drew Simpson, is his runner.
Jake Dolly.
And Jake Dally will come in relief. He will warm up. We will step aside. We'll tell you more about Dally, the relief pitcher for Southside, when we come back. Jake Daly, the new pitcher, into the game for Southside. Game's knotted at 2 in the bottom of the ninth. Casey Vaughn coming to the plate. The switch-hitting second baseman. He will bat lefty here against the right-handed Jake Daly, who's pitched against Quakertown in 4 innings this year. He's allowed 3 earned runs. Overall this season for Daly, 15 innings pitched. His ERA 1.4, but his ERA against the Blazers in the high 5s. Showing bunt is Vaughn. He pulls it back. It goes foul off the backstop.
We saw a couple of his pitches hit off the backstop as he warmed up.
Simpson 5 for 6 stealing bags this year. He's at first. Colin Houck at third, charging all the way in. Throwback over to first. It is a close one, but Simpson's there safely. See if Vaughn shows bunt again. The count 0-1. Daly on the hill, adjusting the grip. Vaughn showing bunt. The third baseman, Hawk, all the way in. Pitches way inside, and Vaughn pulls it back. It's 1-1. The middle infielders played to their normal depths. Vaughn showing bunt again. 1-1 on the way. He pulls it back. It's upstairs. Rutecki shows a throwback over to first, but he doesn't pull the trigger. Hawk still all the way in on the infield grass. Vaughn shows it again. 2-1 on the way. That's upstairs again. And we saw Daly having trouble with command when he was warming up. Pitches hitting the backstop, popping off the catcher's mitt. And the count 3-1 here to Vaughn. Still showing bunt. Simpson's lead. Pitches outside. 5-pitch walk to Casey Vaughn with nobody out in the ninth.
The center fielder from Elizabethtown, number 31, Mason Woolwine.
And shockingly, Vaughn's first walk of the night from a guy who's pretty automatic with walks.
And Vaughn, he had the 5-walk game against Southside. Now has worked his 11th walk this year against the Railers in 6 games.
And I believe it's Becca McNally warming up for Southside in their bullpen, just in case things get a little ugly in the top of the ninth.
And for the Blazers, it's Malachi Duca in their pen. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Woolwine showing bunt. It's a perfect one. Right back to the mound. Daly over to first. It sneaks by the first baseman's glove. Simpson's coming around to score. The Blazers take the lead. It's 3-2.
And just beautiful, beautiful. And you see Braden Black, I mean, he ran as quickly as he could in that boot that he's wearing to greet Simpson. He's shoving Mike Pasco. And just an excellent, excellent bunt by Mason Woolwine.
The first sacrifice RBI against Southside this year comes in Game 6. Runners on the corners. Off from first goes Vaughn. And he's in there safely. Runners on second and third now. Vaughn, he stands 90 feet away. The pitch. Fastball swung on and missed from Broderick. Broderick got the start in this game for the Blazers. He went 5 innings scoreless, allowing 2 hits. At the plate now in a 1-1 count. Daly on the mound. He's holding at the belt. He kicks in the pitch. This one's flown back over our heads out of play.
And just this atmosphere, you can feel it at Memorial Park, the playoff atmosphere. Every strike that comes in from Daly, you hear the Southside cheers. You just heard after that bunt, the Blazers crowd yelled, "Take it over. Let's make this a high-scoring game. Tear it open here." So definitely the atmosphere felt in the crowd.
1-2 on the way. Broderick takes it, and it's up high. Vaughn standing 90 feet away. Woolwine on second after the perfect bunt. Placed down. Daly's throw, it just sprays by the first baseman, House. 2-2 pitch with nobody out in the ninth. That's in there on the outside corner. A backwards K. Broderick's down on strikes. 1 out.
The first baseman from Chestnut Hill, number 10, Mike Pasco.
Mike Pasco, the first baseman, and the right-handed hitter, will dig in with 1 out. Still a sacrifice in order. The infield is still in. Vaughn 90 feet away. Woolwine on second. As Dally getting the sign from his catcher, Rutecki. He holds and fires. First pitch popped up out of play. Pasco 0 for 3 thus far. He's got 4 hits against Southside in the 6 games this season.
And Woolwine was 0 for 3 heading into that at bat, so Pasco looking to reach first just as he did.
That's on the outside corner. Pasco not happy about it, and it's 0-2. Dally trying to limit the damage after the bunt. Placed down perfectly. He holds. The 0-2 with 1 gone. Pasco pops it up right around home plate. The catcher, Rutecki, eyeing it, and he makes the catch. 2 gone.
The catcher from Harvard Community College, number 26, Jackson Schollenberger.
And now for the Blazers, it's the catcher, Jackson Schollenberger. He's come up multiple times this season with runners in scoring position. He's had a game where he struck out with the bases loaded 3 times. He has walked the game off before with runners in scoring position. A chance to expand a 1-run game here. Dally holding. First pitch to Schollenberger. Fastball's in there for a called first strike. The 2-seeded Southside, 21-12 this year. Trying to stage off an upset from the Blazers. Trying to keep it a 1-run game before the bottom of the 9th. Dally's 0-1. Just fouled on the first base side.
That would have been a nice one if it stayed fair there, as probably would have scored Woolwine and Vaughn.
Woolwine stands on second after his 6th RBI, takes the lead for the Blazers. Vaughn on third. Here's the 0-2. Check swing. They say that he did go around. A long wait for the deferral to the field umpire. But they say that Jackson Schollenberger did go around, so he is down on strikes. We will head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The score is 3-2. We'll see who comes into the game on the hill for the Blazers to try to record the 3-out save and send them in to the semifinals tomorrow at 5 p.m. Stay with us here on the Blazers YouTube channel. It does go down as that. The point I was trying to get was It's Malachi Duca looking for the 3-out save for the Blazers here in the quarterfinals in the play-in game of the ECCBL playoffs. Aiden Butts will lead things off for Southside. It'll be 8-9-1. Duca has pitched 1 inning total against Southside. It was a scoreless outing, 1 hit. And since he started the season off rough, allowing 7 runs in his first 2 appearances, he has yet to allow an earned run since June 22nd. Butts digs in. He's 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch is inside. It's 1-0. The RBI bunt from Woolwine goes down as a single. So technically not a sacrifice RBI. Second pitch finds the zone, called for a strike. It's 1-1. Butts, even the county's had one of his 2 homers here at Memorial Park. As he looks at that one, miss outside. It's 2-1. Duca, the high-velocity throwing right-handed reliever. He deals in an off-speed pitch that's inside. It's 3-1. Southside fans have made the trip out here. You could hear them clapping the applause for that take from Butts. Duca holding at the belt. The 3-1. Fastball in there. Strike 2. The infield and outfield played to their normal depths. Played to their normal spots. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Duca gets the first out.
And I mean, you know the bottom of this inning is going to be suspenseful, going to be full of tension, but to start it off with a full count. Now really playing into it.
And it's Braylon Gonzalez, the 9-hole batter, the center fielder. He digs into the left-handed batter's box to face the right-handed reliever, Malachi Duca. The pitch. The off-speed's inside. Duca credited with 2 saves this season. 9 scoreless outings since starting rough this year. That pitch misses. 2-0. Duca not happy about it. He's shrugging it off with his catcher Schollenberger, getting the sign here. 1 gone in the bottom half of the 9th inning. 2 outs left for the Blazers. That one finds the zone. Southside fans not happy about that one. Call it a makeup call, call it whatever you want. It's 2-1. Duca comes set. The 2-1 to Gonzalez. The breaking ball's up high.
And it's exciting that this elimination game is against Southside, the closest team to the Blazers. So Southside traveled well to all the regular season games, and especially in this playoff game.
3-1 taken by Gonzalez. He works a 5-pitch walk.
The top of the order and the designated hitter from Canisius, number 2, J.C. Spinoza.
So if you're Dylan Dando and Southside, that's all you're looking for from 8 and 9. You're trying to get one guy on. You try to get Dennis Pierce to the plate. Spinoza, the DH and the leadoff batter, will come up here. Dennis Pierce now stands on deck. A double play can end the game for the Blazers. It is in order with a runner on first. Gonzalez stands there. Spinoza will come to the plate. He's 0 for 4. But he's killed the Blazers this season. 6 for 13 entering tonight. Now drops to 6 for 17 in the 6 games this season.
Yeah, and good move for Mike Fitzgerald, the Blazers manager, to call the mound meeting here and to just, talk everything over, figure out, try and get that double play ball in action to end this game.
Will be a long talk as the home plate umpire is coming out now to break it up. There is no movement, no action in the Blazers bullpen. It's Malachi Duca's game the rest of the way until things get dicey. And if it gets dicey, the game could be over, as it is the bottom of the 9th. Southside is the home team despite it being played here at Memorial Park. A chance to walk it off as the winning run in Spinoza comes to the plate. The tying run stands on first in Gonzalez.
Number 2, J.C. Spinoza.
Spinoza only 2 hits in July, but a chance to erase this entire poor month of hitting with
And
one base hit here.
A plus for the Blazers. The wind has completely died down. The American flag standing still, flopped against the pole. So if that ball does get hit deep into the outfield, which it very likely could with Spinoza and Pierce coming up, it shouldn't be easy for the outfielders to get a read on that ball, and it shouldn't curve too much because there isn't any wind.
JC Spinoza talking something over there with Dylan Dando, the manager of Southside. He comes back to the plate. He'll dig in. Gonzalez is standing on first. The center fielder with range. See how aggressive they get on the base paths. He takes a short lead to start. The infield moving in as Spinoza shows bunt. He pulls it back. The first pitch is in for a strike. Drew Simpson creeping in towards the infield grass after the leadoff batter in the All-Star Spinoza showed bunt. Throw back over to first, sliding in head first, and safely is Gonzalez. The outfield shifted just a tad towards left field as the center fielder, Wool One, plays a little bit over towards left field from our vantage point. The 0-1 from Duca. Pitch is yanked outside. It's 1-1. The reason for the 7 runs allowed from Duca in his first 2 starts, couldn't really find the command. We saw it once here at Memorial Park, but since then he's been lights out. The best reliever for the Blazers, trying to get the save in the playoff game. His 1-1 is upstairs. It's 2-1. Double play ball is in order for the Blazers. It would end the game. Spinoza ahead in the count at 2-1. Duca winds the pitch outside, 3-1.
With the 3-1 count, Duca most likely has to throw that fastball down pretty much in the middle of the strike zone here.
3-1, he attacks inside and the pitch misses inside. Duca issues another 5-pitch walk, and it's first and second for Dennis Pierce. He leads the ECCBL in home runs with 14 extra base hits total. He comes to the plate with 1 out and runners on first and second. A leadoff double to start the rally in the bottom of the 6th that tied the game. Down by 1. Southside's best hitter at the plate. Best reliever for Quakertown. First pitch is upstairs, 1-0.
And that was a closer miss than the misses we saw in Spinoza's at bat.
An extra base hit could win the game for Southside. The 1-0 is yanked outside again by Duca. Wipes the handoff. He adjusted a little bit. It's 2-0 now. Gonzalez standing on second. Spinoza is at first. The pitch from Duca. Upstairs, it's 3-0. And Malachi Duca will have to attack against Dennis Pierce in a 3-0 hole. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and Pierce took a huge hack at it, falling towards his knees.
Over. Yeah, huge hack. It was just kind of unfortunate that Spinoza was walked, because that was someone you wanted out, so you could kind of afford that walk to Pierce.
3-1, flown back into the protective netting. Pierce just misses it, and the count is full. Could you script it any better? Bottom of the 9th inning, runners on first and second. The tying run at second, the winning run at first. The best power hitter in the ECCBL at the plate. Duca's pitch outside. The bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, this is
The second baseman from Penn State Atherton, number 29, Shane Philman.
nothing like playoff baseball. And, I mean, every playoff sport, you talk basketball, football, baseball, it comes down to the last 10 minutes of the game. I mean, in the playoffs, it always comes down to that last, 10, 15 minutes of gameplay.
First pitch fastball finds the zone. It's 0-1 to Shane Philman. He's 1 for 3 tonight. The top 6 batters in the lineup for Southside, all All-Stars. They will try to get it done. Bases loaded, 1 out. Winning run at second. Flown back out of play. It's 0-2. The tying run, and Gonzalez stands on third. It is a sacrifice opportunity with 1 gone. Spinoza with speed, the leadoff batter at second. Here's the 0-2 from Duca. Swing and a miss. Struck out Philman. 2 gone.
And a massive
The shortstop
strikeout
East
from Malachi
Salford,
Duca.
number 12, Easton Albert.
And here comes Easton Albert, the shortstop, representing the last breath for Southside. The bases are loaded, tying run at third, winning run at second. Duca's first offering is in there for a called first strike. Gonzalez on third, Spinoza at second, Pierce at first. Duca holding. The 0-1. Ground ball, second baseman Casey Vaughn. He's got it. Throw to first. In time! The Blazers have won it. Malachi Duca, the 3-out save. He has stranded the bases loaded in the ninth. And the Quakertown Blazers, after losing the last 4 to Southside, have beaten their nemesis and advanced into the semifinals. They will play the Capitals tomorrow at 5 p.m. 3-2, Quakertown takes it. Can you script that any better?
I mean, wow. Wow. I mean, bases loaded. I mean, you talk about keys to the game. That was the third inning. The Blazers did it in the 5th, the 6th, and then bottom of the 9th. They got out of it with the bases loaded. I mean, getting out of an inning just once and doing that is impressive, but to do it 3, I mean, that's a third of the game. 3 of the 9 innings is just crazy. And, you know, this is what they talk about in sports all the time, and what we've talked about. The Blazers had a rough start. First half, a little rough, but the second half since All-Star break, they have just been playing good baseball. I mean, to strand Southside 3 times, to come up huge in the top of the 9th with that bunt from Mason Woolwine. Casey Vaughn able to finally work a walk. That's what he's best at doing. Drew Simpson able to hit that single down the third baseline. I mean, team baseball. And it just took a little bit longer for them to build that chemistry and find that flow as an offense. But this lineup did it. This pitching rotation did it. And the Blazers are moving on to the semifinals for the ECCBL. And who would have thought that a week or 2 weeks into the season?
They were never a home team. That's one way to put it. Their first home victory took 6 games. Their first weekday night home victory came in the final one of the regular season. They were always a team that thrived on the road through the first half, through the second half, but in this second half of the season, things have just turned around for this orange and black team, and they have gotten the job done against the best offense in the ECCBL. The Southside Railers are eliminated in this play-in game. The Blazers advance to the semis. Remarkable turnaround all around. Things got started tonight in the top of the second as the Blazers plated the game's first run and an RBI base hit from Jackson Schollenberger to score Dylan Broderick. Following that, they added another insurance run in the top half of the 4th inning as Dylan Broderick, after coming around to score, added on to his lead as he was the starting pitcher in this game, going 5 innings, a line drive single to the right fielder to score Casey Vaughn. Following that, Southside evened it right back up in the bottom of the 6th inning after 2 walks and 2 doubles by Easton Albert and Jacob Houtz. Things were dicey for the Blazers heading into this 9th inning, but in the top of the 9th, the Blazers able to get the job done with the bases loaded as Mason Woolwine bunts. He gets a base hit credited to his name, his 6th RBI of the season, gives the Blazers a 3-2 lead, and Malachi Duca strands the bases loaded in the 9th. Just a remarkable script. You got to give it up. There's no better way that game can play out. As the Blazers' nemesis all year has been Southside. They were outscored 33-4 in the last 4 games, and those 4 losses against the Railers, and they get the job done here tonight. Unbelievable. So, the scene now tomorrow, 1 p.m., we will have the game between the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Miners, who are the winners of the Northern Division, facing off against the Mercer Mammoths, who took tonight's game over the Generals 2-0. And then following that, the Blazers will face off against the Trenton Capitals, the winners of the Southern Division, at 5 p.m. Simply unreal. Really the only way to describe this turnaround. Julia, I'll give it to you. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
I mean, just unreal. And this is the time to be hot. I mean, and I think it benefits the Blazers that these playoffs are 1, 2, 3 days in a row. I mean, that's what they had to do last weekend. They had 3 in a row to get into playoffs. They won 4 or 5. Now they just have to win 3 games in 3 days. And, they certainly did that last weekend. And hopefully they can repeat it this weekend. Win tomorrow, play in the championship game Sunday, and anything can happen. And home field advantage certainly helps. Even playing as that visitor's position, they're still in their bullpen. They still know where the balls bounce, where it's a great advantage to, even if you're the visitor and batting first, to have your home field to play on.
Indeed it is. So tomorrow's games will be broadcasted on the Jersey Baseball Nation YouTube channel. We will be the broadcast duo for the 5 p.m. game between the Blazers and the Capitals, so don't worry, you won't miss us for that. We will be calling that game a little bit more unbiased, though, as that is on the Jersey Baseball Nation, so a little bit of a different view in our side of things, but you probably don't care about that. All that matters, the Blazers able to pull things off here tonight against Southside. 3-2, they take it. They'll advance to the semifinals. We thank you for tuning in all season long on the Blazers YouTube channel. It has been a great regular season, and one game into the playoffs can say the same about that. So from Julia Henry and from Rocco Pellegrino, signing off from Memorial Park.